Well, the Israeli military has launched an operation east of Gaza City. It's ordered people to leave the Shujaiya neighborhood. Now, earlier, Israeli forces targeted that area, killing at least 8 Palestinians. Families have been fleeing as the bombardment there intensifies. At least 40 people have been injured. Homes were also damaged in the attack, with crews rescuing people from the rubble of destroyed buildings, and others remain missing. Well, meanwhile, in northern Gaza, 3 Israeli airstrikes have targeted the crowded Jabalia refugee camp. At least 32 Palestinians were killed in attacks there on Wednesday. You recall, Israeli ground troops pulled out of the camp earlier this month after weeks of fighting.
We were sitting at home and we heard an explosion near us. We went out and found body parts thrown around everywhere. A group of civilians who had no connection to any military was targeted. Body parts were thrown here and there.
Well, let's speak to our correspondent on the ground, Hani Mahmoud. He joins us now from Deir al-Balah. That's in the central part of the Gaza Strip. Hani, talk us through what we're seeing, especially in the north there, and these huge numbers of people who are being forced to move yet again.
Yes, well, this is becoming part of the daily routine, the new normal for Palestinians across the Gaza Strip, mainly in the northern part, in the central area, and more recently in Rafah city, the new normal of people being forced into internal displacement over and over within the past close to 9 months right now are yet forced into further internal enforced displacement. The vast majority of people who were in Shujaiya neighborhood and Tufah neighborhood, that these are at the eastern part of Gaza City, are displaced Palestinians. Some of them are from the local neighborhoods. The local residents of these neighborhoods went back from western part of the city as the Israeli military withdrew within the past weeks, but found themselves today are yet at another dilemma of moving into western part of the city. Israeli military in a sharp order that came right at least half an hour through the operation started making phone calls and sending text messages, dropping leaflets for people to evacuate. Already people caught in the line of fire. Some of the families are still trapped in areas that are able to leave given the dense presence of quadcopter surveillance drones and the heavy artillery that non-stop for the past couple hours. 15 people reported killed and close to 100 of critically injured, and the operation continues.
Honey, I have to ask you, too, about aid. As we see more and more pockets of famine take hold and more people being displaced in huge numbers, what is the situation? Is any aid getting in at the moment?
Well, absolutely negative. What we're seeing so far coming into Gaza Strip is the commercial trucks, and that takes place after a long coordination process with the Israeli side, but also the number of the trucks for the commercial sector is quite limited, and just giving the situations across the Gaza Strip. Don't forget, for the past 8 months, people haven't been on a payroll. They did not receive anyway. There's financial problems here. People don't have the financial capabilities to go to the market and buy goods that are now double and triple and 10 times the prices of what they used to be pre-October 7th. There are very difficult conditions created on the ground, and the fact that there is ongoing displacement happening, the further enforced displacement from one place to another, is very pricey for people. It costs them a lot because every time they move to an area, they end up getting some of the stuff that they think it's going to stay with them for at least a month or 2 months, and they are forced to move again. They will have to buy again some of these stuff just to keep them surviving. It's an endless cycle of not only unpredictable falling bombs, but also the aid questions here, the aid issue that's already broken the mechanism, no aid coming in. Many of the organizations that work on aid deliveries said it's quite complicated, no safety for aid workers, and the fact that we have a closure on the borders just making it difficult to anticipate any time soon that there will be a solution for this humanitarian crisis that is better described as it's above emergency crisis.
Hani Mahmoud there reporting for us from the ground from Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. Thank you, Hani.